Hey there, Kevin. I decided to make a second part to this because I realized that I just didn't want to cut it off on those ideas I said. So hopefully this will be a shorter clip than the other one, because I just simply want to put out the ideas I would have if I was running or being part of a school system like this. Like I said, the first part, the political bullshit, take it right out. We don't need it there. This is supposed to be a place for education and for the development of kids' minds, the proper development of kids' minds, not trying to get them to swallow propaganda. This is supposed to teach them to be, to think for themselves. That, of course, would lead to some risks. You might end up having some kids who go, you know what, I've thought it over and decided that anarchy is just not for me. Okay, fine, but you're at least giving the kid the option to pick what they want, Most schools don't do that. Even certain private schools, they got their own freaking agendas if you look at them. Second, which I'm thinking is going to be an even more controversial idea, which I ended off the last video with, if you really aren't contributing much, if you're an outsider coming in and you just simply want your kid to reap the benefits, and if you have no idea how a school should be run or what an academic standard is, you have no business telling the place how to run. You don't like it, go somewhere else. I've never really liked the whole mob rule mentality when it comes to certain things. While I am for democracy in an idealistic type of setting, let's be honest, many people have no fucking clue what they're talking about, and yet they think their opinions matter on that subject anyway. If you really don't know what you're talking about, it doesn't. I want to expound on this idea a bit. I personally feel that, let's say there's a parent coming into a system like this kind of home network, this kind of network of homeschooling turned into a private education place. If somebody on the outside comes in and they're willing not only just to put their kid into this, but they're also willing to teach, then I think they should have a say, provided that what they're teaching isn't going to F up what's going on there and they're willing to get with the program. Then yeah, sure, you have a say because you're moving in the same direction. If, however, you're, just somebody who just simply wants to shove your kid in there, you're not going to participate, all you're doing is just paying your money and leaving, what real say should you have? You're not helping to run it. You're just giving money. And while people are going to say, well, the money is enough, not really. We want some good, fresh ideas on how to keep things going. This is a network of, parents concerned for their children. If all you're doing is dropping your kid off and leaving and you're not really helping with the running of it, okay, fine. I'm glad that you're giving the money because it's helping us to, keep going. We appreciate that, but that's all you're giving us. I know that's a controversial idea, but that's what I'm thinking. If you happen to think it's a bad idea, or if you got reasons why it's a bad idea, or if you think it needs to be tweaked, go ahead and tell me. Third idea, one that I'm pretty sure you're down with: no government funding. This started out as a home network sort of thing. It should stay a home network sort of thing. I know some people are going to be like, well, we're going to need some government funding to help it run. Yeah, it would be nice to have it, but you know what's going to happen. Once you accept that government money, you're going to have to accept government standards. And as soon as you start accepting government standards, your education goes right out the window. Whatever superior plans you had for these children's education, it's gone. They're going to soon want certain things their way, and certain classes you may want to teach, and certain things you may want to expose in history. You may find it's going to get harder and harder for you to be able to teach those things and still get the government funding that you suddenly find yourselves depending on. No, it's better to be independent. Depend on your own resources. That's how it's going to get done. It's been done before, not necessarily through educational means, but other means, and it will happen again. Just got to be vigilant and stick with your own issues and stick with your own resources. It can happen. Alright, those are the three main ideas. I'm sure I can come up with more, but it is late at night and I really can't think of anything else. So, yeah. Tell me what you think, man. I would really appreciate it. This is a really cool conversation. I kind of wish you lived nearby. It would be even cooler, just hang around the house. I can whip something up to eat and we just keep talking over a cup of tea or coffee or whatever, and some damn good barbecue chicken. But, yeah. Catch you later. Can't wait to hear your response. Take care.